Tonight's Changemakers, a marathon bombing survivor helping fellow amputees and join activities that many worried they would never experience again.
Heather Abbott launched her foundation to buy prosthetics that insurance won't pay for. And in helping people return to their active lives, she's built something that's also helping her.
It's a part of my own healing process.
A healing process that involves giving back.
To kind of make sense out of a senseless thing that happened by being able to pay it forward.
Within days of the bombings and the surgery to remove part of her leg, Heather Abbott already seemed determined to look ahead.
I really think I'm going to be able to live my life in a normal way eventually when I get that permanent prosthesis. You want to play?
10 years later, her life is full and rewarding.
What has changed the most?
I never thought I would start a nonprofit, but it's been an unexpected blessing, I think, for me.
A blessing she extends through the Heather Abbott Foundation to fellow amputees like Hillary Miller.
I think that what she's doing for people is amazing. You know, she's really taking a really bad situation and has turned it into something good.
Hillary recently had surgery on the leg doctors removed part of in 2014. Because of tumors in her foot, she'd never worn heels. When Heather made her the foundation's first beneficiary of a prosthetic, getting dressed came with new, beautiful choices.
The insurance doesn't cover any of that extra cosmetic stuff because they don't find it medically necessary. But it is in a way, because the whole psychological and the emotional component of that is huge.
We were all crying that day. It was very emotional.
We have a range of components here.
Arthur Graham hired Hillary at Next Step Bionics and Prosthetics in Newton. He says people who can't do what they love because of a prosthetic's limitations can feel they've been injured again, particularly when there are options they can't afford.
If you're looking at something that has an actually powered ankle, so kind of like the powered knee, this is a powered ankle, you could be talking, you know, upwards of $40,000, $50,000. To say to the patient, we can't do that because it's not going to be covered by insurance, it's really hard to have that conversation. Heather's been just wonderful at coming in and providing things that, you know, regular insurance will not cover.
It's a really big part of getting back to your new normal.
So far, the foundation's made it possible for more than 100 people of all ages, all over the country, to embrace their new normal with new prosthetics. Some also turn to Heather as an emotional resource.
Sometimes it can be difficult because it does bring you back to that time when you were in their shoes.
But she's repaying the support she received from veterans in particular.
What have you learned about yourself in the last 10 years that surprised you?
I think I lacked some empathy for people with disabilities before I became one myself. And I don't think I would have said that about myself 10 years ago because I don't think I realized it. But now, being a person that has this significant disability that I can have a choice to make visible or invisible has kind of given me a new perspective.
On a walk with Pearl before this year's Boston Marathon, Heather's looking forward to reunions with fellow survivors, her rescuers, former Patriots player Matt Chatham and his wife Erin, and Heather Abbott Foundation runners, fundraising to give future beneficiaries a chance to live without limits, a gift Heather remembers well.
The woman who was doing the cosmetic work on it said to me that I was a lucky girl. And she was referencing all the different prostheses that they were making for me.
What did you think when she said that?
I remember thinking I didn't feel very lucky, you know, sitting in this chair with amputated leg, but I understand what she meant. Certainly now I do.
Heather explained to me prosthetic devices have to be replaced typically every 3 to 5 years, and more often if you're talking about kids who outgrow them more quickly. Heather's going to be at the watch party at Rochambeau on Boylston Street, eager to cheer on her team, and we have a link to the Heather Abbott Foundation on our website, WBZ.com.
She's so uplifting. She's always smiling, always doing great things for people, but you're right, there is a massive hidden cost when people have to have prosthetics through the rest of their lives, and it can cost them a lot of money.
Right, and to be told you can't have one, it's like a second injury.
Absolutely. Now,